like I said, it was 12 women. I'm sure everybody noticed when Tom Cruise had to be confronted, he was facing the priest sitting in the chair, and he had two, one on either side of him. So that would be two flagging him, like what? Like the Ark of the Covenant, right? With the main seat or chest, and the two angels overshadowing the presence of Yahweh. The high priest is unrighteous wickedness, but representing that priesthood presence and unrighteousness. Then the other thing is they wanted Tom Cruise to completely disrobe, come naked.
Right.
Now, how do we have to come before Yahshua? Naked, not naked physically, but naked in terms of what? Everything you're bearing on.
Right.
So now I told you the satanic spirit, he was a copycat. So they were going to strip him down, have him what? Appear naked before this false high priest. God, false high priest of unrighteousness. Then if you also notice, I got another clip, I think we have time to show it, where look at that chair that the high priest is sitting on.
Right.
I think Terrence caught one of the clues there.
Right.
There's a, what do you say was over the chair?
Beehive crown.
There's a beehive crown over the chair. And also, did you know that the beehive, the bee is also a symbol of the Merovingian dynasty?
Right.
Did you know that? That's the 13th Illuminati bloodline. One of their symbols is the beehive.
Right.
Okay. Then what you're going to find out, there was, what is it? Oh, well, we'll get it in a minute. But the other thing that's very important. Now, that woman redeemed him.
Right.
So she was willing to be a willing sacrifice to die for him. Now, get this. That's exactly backwards. The woman is not supposed to redeem the man. The man is supposed to what? Because who's the man? The man is Yahshua Messiah. He came to die, what? And be the sacrifice for our sins, to redeem his bride or his host, his sons or daughters of Yahweh after the Spirit. So you see how it's flipped? It's flipped incorrectly. It's flipped to the opposite, where you have a woman redeeming a man, where it should be what? Man redeeming a woman. I told you they do everything. It's like what you call mirror image, reversed, polarity, opposite, etc. You get it. So, like I said, very, very fascinating. Now, there was a researcher, since I got time, there was a researcher who had done, I think he was on Jeff Wentz from time to time. Anyway, he'd done a lot of research on the Illuminati. There's all kinds of people who research the Illuminati, so sometimes you have to read through it and, kind of find out what's pretty reliable or information and what's not. But anyway, I do want to play one clip from this particular person who spent a lot of time researching the Illuminati, and also particularly had a very interesting spin on some of the other symbolism in this movie, Eyes Wide Shut. Then I'm going to kind of jump to a different side of the fence. We're going to go back to the witchcraft for a minute after that. Let me see if I can find that clip. Is it also
Kubrick questions are obviously on your series. Do you think that Kubrick was, trying to reveal some of these secrets, or is there some other reason why, constantly we're being, confronted with this kind of symbolism, as you say?
My personal belief is that he was trying to reveal some of this symbolism to the larger population. And just like we saw with Mozart and his magic flute, which revealed inside secrets of the Freemasonic movement. Stanley Kubrick.
It's going to continue. It has a little skip in it.
This revelation in his film Eyes Wide Shut, which basically saw him quickly die under mysterious circumstances, which occurred only 4 days after he turned in the final print of the film to Warner Brothers.
Was it a heart attack? Do we know that? What it was?
It was stated publicly as a heart attack. However, I've done research into this, and his wife was completely surprised by his death. He was not under any strain in terms of heart disease, and it was a shock to his family, friends, and professional coworkers.
Yeah. Was it? Please correct me if I'm wrong here, but was it you who wrote a paper on that was called "How the Elite Creates Heart Attacks"?
Yes, that's correct.
That was him.
That article was entitled "How the Globalists Create Heart Attacks."
Oh, okay, yeah. Hmm.
His name is
That
Kent
was published
Daniel
August 6,
Minkowski. I remember reading it. He's
2005.
deceased.
Hmm.
My point at that time was there had been over 100 microbiologists over the past several years who had died under very unusual circumstances, and they all were known as heart attacks to the public and the public news media. And basically what I did is I went and I interviewed someone who worked in a heart telemetry unit, and I interviewed this nurse and asked her how could they create a heart attack, what type of chemicals would they use, what type of drugs would they use that would leave no sort of a trace afterwards.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna stop that.
Interesting, and,
I'm gonna stop that for a minute. There was another clip I was really after. I'll go down to. That's all
Depends
right.
on where that is. And once again, we have the allusion to the rainbow, which is on one level a representative of druidic magic and the type of magic that these individuals in the Illuminati practice.
Is this also related to sex magic and this kind of stuff?
Yes, that's correct. This movie has the whole section of the film where it talks about the ritual and shows the ritual as he's walking through the mansion, which is interesting because Tom Cruise's character has to go through 7 gates to get inside this ritual. He sees the first person that he runs into is at the front gate. Then he is taken to the house itself. He sees a second group of men who are asking him for a password, which that password is Fidelio. That's the name of Beethoven's only opera. It is also a story of a woman who rescues her husband from death in a political prison. And as the ritual section of the movie progresses, we see that this is exactly the same circumstance that Dr. Harford finds himself in the midst of. He is immediately known to be an imposter, and how they would know this is by recognizing the mask that the individual wears. So he would walk in wearing a mask or a costume that is unrecognizable to the others, and they would immediately call him on that, as they do in the film. And he is asked to kindly remove his mask by this red-cloaked high priest. And at that point, we are in the midst of this Fidelio story where this individual, this woman, makes a very bold stand to try to save Dr. Harford's life. And as we get to the end of the film, we find out that this very same individual ends up dying of an overdose.
Yeah. Interesting. There's of course, obviously, a lot of interesting stuff in the ritual part of the movie. I guess one of the more blatant, themes in this scene here, of course, for those who might be doubtful, is obviously the chair that this red-cloaked figure sits in, right? I don't know if you, okay, if you remember this, behind him on the chair, it is you got the two-headed eagle with a crown on top. I don't know if you noticed that. I mean, there's some obvious things here also. I mean, it's again, it's on these both levels. It's both on a subliminal level and it's in your face stuff also.
Yeah, this symbol, this two-headed, which is shown to be an eagle, but which is actually a phoenix, is representative of the power of this group, which stretches from the far east to the far west. And it also secondarily refers to the fact that there is a public exoteric and a private esoteric meaning to things that they present and talk about. And, you see this type of thing in the United States seal, Great Seal of the U.S., on the back of the dollar bill. And other symbols associated with this are the uncapped pyramid. And what the pyramid has to do with the United States, no one has ever come out and explained, other than the fact that this Illuminati group apparently goes back to the Egyptian and Babylon mystery schools, which is a time before Jesus Christ.
One other thing that you also bring up in your article, which is very interesting, is the place, the location where they did this movie, this town in England. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, the town in England that they had done this movie in has in the courtyard of a section of town which has several shopping stores, has this a couple of figures from the movie with these Victorian masks they're wearing. And I show the photographs of that L.S.C. Taylor and other researchers in England who had taken those photos. And the interesting thing is that the biggest landowner in that town in which this film was shot are the Rothschild family.
Amazing.
But that's just a coincidence.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well,
Just a coincidence.
I said, but that's just a coincidence. So, Penny's just informed me, which I didn't realize we were having today, I knew we had the Gold Club meeting today, but I didn't know we were going to have another business meeting as well. So should I just open it up for a few minutes of questions before we wrap it up? Any questions or comments?
Kubrick was making the film. Why did they permit him to finish it?
Why did they permit him to finish it?
And then kill him later on? Why didn't he just stop the making of the film? If they don't want this information to come out.
To be honest with you, I don't know. All I do know is they have this, I don't know the little answer to your question, but I do know they have this whole thing of how they have to, it's in their doctrine, in their belief system.
They tell you what they're going to do.
Tell you what they're going to do in advance. It's like they're mandating, okay? So I don't know whether that means he was used, and then afterward, had whatever accident, whatever you want to call it. But I do know that it is part of how they operate, that they like to play this game of telling you exactly what they do in advance. It's usually told in a fictional format or in some kind of clues or code that only those that have some, if I say some level of understanding of what the code or symbols really mean, but in effect, it's like, well, we got it off our back because we told you. You start saying,
It's in the Bible and Job when Yahweh answers Satan what he wants, and he tells him. So Yahweh running the show, he wrote the rules. So therefore, he has to tell you. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But that's,
I'm sorry, go
you
ahead.
can look at it that way.
If
From
you
a
think
biblical standpoint, it's in the Bible, I think.
I was going to say, also think about it, Karen, remember that in the world of people who are basically wicked, period, there is no honor among thieves. I mean, even the mafia will use people in their own organization to accomplish whatever goal. They'll manipulate them, and then they'll be killed. So I mean, it's the same principle. When you realize it doesn't matter, they use you for whatever purpose, and then, you know, when you have, as far as they're concerned, serve their role, you know, for whatever reason, or you will risk, I don't know, I cannot evaluate that, but you can easily be eliminated. You're in a whole world of, you know, sinister, reprobate, wicked people. So you can't expect to always, you know, who are rationalized by a good heart, you know, their machinations and what they do.
In this tape that Lee had early on this year by Lindsey Williams, it's a 3-part series, and he says right there, you know, go and tell them. They're not going to do anything. You can tell the people what we want to do, we're in fact doing it.
Right.
Yeah, I just wondered why did they end up killing him though, since, you know, he was presenting the information that they wanted people to.
Maybe because it
served his purpose.
it
Sacrifice.
About the last scene in the picture of the girl. When he went home to bed and the mask that he lost was in the bed, how did he get there?
I don't know. I saw that too.
It's always drugs.
Yeah, I saw that, but I.
Maybe his wife was part of the equipment.
Yeah, I do not know. But,
So it was when you made it was supposed to be him when he suffered.
School and stuff, and they announce to them, you know, who they are.
yeah.
Man.
Did you all know, a very interesting point that I didn't get a chance to show the clip, amongst other things I'm going to show today, but we'll do it another time. In 1989, Oprah Winfrey did a show in which she interviewed, there was at least one young lady, I think it was like maybe a small panel, several of them, but anyway, she interviewed some people who had said that they were in witchcraft, they were generational witchcrafts and Satanists, and she interviewed them in 1989. And so I'm just saying, sometimes this stuff has come out from time to time. And like Don was pointing out to me one time, he said, well, when she did that, you know, Raldo Rivera was having shows with these kind of people on it, and what was the other show? Sally Jesse. But that's not common anymore.
No.
You know, people say they have come out of that life, and then, you know, told, you know, what it was like. And like I said, I'll show that clip at the time, but her family, by, if you want to say by what she was born into, was so-called Jewish, so-called. But actually, you know, she was in witchcraft and Satanism and so forth. So I want you to see that the whole thing with the masks, that's what the point is. They wear all kinds of masks. You know what I'm saying? These wicked people to, you know, so you can't tell. But the reality is, you can't, it's an illusion. You know, you have to really look and look with the discerning eye by the Holy Spirit, because there's so much illusion and deception around it. That's why we're so thankful to Yahweh to have this information where we can see, we have eyes to see, and we can remove the mask off of Satan's kingdom and see how he's operating and endeavors to deceive us. So, any more comments or questions anybody else wants to bring up today?
I thank you all for bringing this information to us.
Praise you.
So hallelujah.